So guys, once again we are back with CIM Postgraduate Diploma in Professional Marketing Level 7 subject discussion, and I did a video previously with regards to the Global Marketing Decision subject, which means your case study subject. Today I'll be taking you all through another subject, that is the Corporate Digital Communication subject. I will just give you all an idea for you all to get yourself ready with this subject, because you all need to have an idea about what this subject is all about. Because if you are trying to address only the questions that are given, you will complete the assignment. That won't be an issue. But as a strategic level person, so you need to look at this in depth and get a better overview of the subject, so that you can implement whatever you're learning into the practical world or with the company where you're working right now. Anyway, now these subjects are pretty practical subjects when it comes to CIM postgraduate level subjects. They are not checking your theory knowledge. They are looking at how you all implement your theories, whatever the learning you all did. They are looking at how you all can implement those theories in practice. So they are trying to mold yourself as a strategic level individual or a person in the senior management position. So that is how they have designed the syllabus. So that is the beauty of the whole effort in the postgraduate qualification in CIM. So let me take you through the corporate digital communication subject idea of what they are expecting from this subject from you. And guys, remember now, don't get confused with the digital marketing communication along with this corporate digital communication. It has a huge difference, right? Now, you might wonder, I don't have any digital marketing skills. I don't have any I haven't done anything related to digital marketing to do this, nothing, right? Of course, if you have the background idea on the digital subjects, that will energize your knowledge. But here we are talking about the strategic level thinking in those elements, so that you don't need to be a technical type person in digital environment or the digital marketing to handle this. So if I go through the whole syllabus in corporate digital communication subject, this is a 20 credit subject where you all have to submit an assignment, right? So you all have to complete an assignment with 3 tasks. So we have already started discussing these assignments. So it's pretty easy. It's not that difficult to complete, but as long as you're focusing on the guidance what I'm giving, I will definitely make sure that you guys are okay with the assignment. Let me take you all through this syllabus, the CDC syllabus, which means the corporate digital communications syllabus categorized into 3 areas. Okay, before that, now we are talking about corporate communication. It's not the marketing communication itself, right? It's not only the marketing communication. Corporate communication is a broader perspective when you are looking at the entire communication in your organization. It talks about your management communications, the communication you do with your internal stakeholders. It talks about the organization-wide communication, where you talk about organization communicating with wider public. It talks about the marketing communication also. In fact, the marketing communication is a subset of the whole corporate communication. So you can't rely just by knowing the marketing communication strategies, like, okay, whatever the traditional and the digital marketing communication strategies, knowing that it is not sufficient to complete this, because you are looking at a broader picture. You are looking at the communication with a wider network of stakeholders to enhance your corporate reputation of the organization, and also the corporate reputation, corporate brand equity. It's not the individual brand equity you're talking about. You're talking about enhancing your organization's value, your company's value. You might have multiple brands under your organization, but here we are looking at enhancing the corporate brand equity, not the individual product brand equity, but the corporate brand equity. How you are enhancing your corporate, the personality by enhancing your corporate values, culture, designing your strategic intent within the organization. So how you enhance your corporate personality and the identity, where people look at you and recognize you in a particular way. That is where you talk about your corporate identity. So you need to look at a broader picture like that, and also how you take your corporate image in the mindset of the stakeholders, right? How positively you can take your corporate image in the mindset of the stakeholders. You need to look at it in that way, where finally it boils down to the corporate reputation and the brand equity. Brand equity, in the sense you're talking about enhancing the overall brand value of the organization. So it's a huge effort you need to look at. It's not only just running an advertisement. It's not only just doing a social media campaign. No, not like that. So you are looking at a broader picture when you are talking about the corporate digital communication subject. So from there onwards, so let me take you into the, reading the syllabus guideline. So the first part of your syllabus talks about the communication context and the stakeholders. Because I told you, because you are talking about the corporate communication, not the marketing communication. Not only the marketing communication. When it comes to corporate communication, you talk about marketing communication, management communication, and the organizational-wide other communications. So there you talk about wider network of stakeholders, your internal stakeholders, your external stakeholders. So your different linkages with the organizations you analyze there. Then you need to identify with whom you are communicating. The way you are communicating with your customers is not the way you are communicating with your suppliers. And the way you are communicating with the suppliers is not the way you are communicating with your own employees and your shareholders, your investors, and even with your general public. So like that, we need to identify wider network of stakeholders where we engage in our operation. So the first part of the syllabus talks about the communication context and the stakeholders. So you need to have a clear idea about wider spectrum of your stakeholders connected to the organization. And we identified how the stakeholders are influencing your corporate reputation. And this subject, the corporate digital communication subject, is focusing on how you can design your strategies and how you can enhance your approach or your strategic effort to bring and enhance the corporate brand equity. By enhancing the corporate reputation, your ultimate expectation is to enhance the corporate brand equity. So how the stakeholders are influencing on that? How stakeholders are influencing your corporate brand reputation and the corporate brand equity. So you need to have a deep understanding on your stakeholders in that case. So we will be learning that part. So we are analyzing stakeholders using different models. For instance, you might use the Mendelow's model, you might use the linkage model, very basic or the fundamental model. We can say the internal, external classifications like that. We have many models like that. So we will be looking at a wider approach in that. And also we need to look at, that's the first part of your syllabus, the communication context and the stakeholders. And the second part of the syllabus talks about how you are building the corporate brand, not the individual product brand, as I said before. Building a corporate brand, taking your company's brand image into a next level, taking your company's brand equity into a next level. How you are enhancing that. There you talk about how you are using your digital communications, how you are using your whatever the traditional activities you are taking in, how you are engaging with your stakeholders to enhance that. So all the areas we will be looking at under developing the corporate brand equity, So the final part of the whole syllabus, we talk about integrated digital communication strategies, which means it talks about the integrated digital communication strategy, which means you're looking at combining all the communication perspectives where you can use to enhance the corporate brand equity finally, or the brand image finally. So you're integrating, which means you're combining many tools, many models, many avenues, many strategies with the same objective to reach. It's like I might say in another way, it is kind of a multi-channel approach you are taking in enhancing the corporate brand reputation, your digital platforms, how you are using your artificial intelligence technology in enhancing the corporate reputation. So those areas you will be looking at when you're analyzing your corporate reputation. It's a deep subject, so I will not be able to do it in 2 to 3 minutes like this. But when we discuss in our classroom sessions, you will identify the lot of theories when you really look at to address these areas where you need to focus on many theories, concepts, processes, digital tools to enhance the corporate brand equity. So I'll be guiding you all through this assignment. So you all have to submit by end of November. So don't worry, you will be able to get it perfect. I'll make sure that you guys get through the assignment. But so this is how the subject works. So get ready for the subject, and no matter, I mean, you might sometimes coming from a different background. You might be in HR background, you might be in finance, you might be in engineering, so sometimes you might be even in a medical background. It's perfectly okay as long as you can comply whatever the guidance I give you in my session, so that it will be easy for you all to complete this assignment. So let's meet up in the class and we'll plan properly, and then you will be able to get the qualification postgraduate diploma in professional marketing CIM UK level 7. Good luck, all the best.